Hello everyone. Today's topic is our next poem, that is Fire and Ice, written by Robert Frost. In my previous video where I explained the dust of snow, I gave the description of Robert Frost. Robert Frost, who is an American poet, he's a very renowned poet. He was born in San Francisco and he had done a great piece of work. Some piece of art, his work I'm reading, they are the poetical work. They are A Boy's Will, North of Boston, New Hampshire, A Further Range, Steeple Bush, In the Clearing, and many more. The one of the poetry is Dust of Snow that we had just studied. Now, today we are going to read Fire and Ice. In this short poem, again, it is a short poem of 8 lines. It is a lyric, short, precise, and a very compact little lyric in which he is expressing two facts. He is giving his opinions, his views about two important facts, that is, fire and ice. And he says that the world will end by either of them. Both can cause destruction, huge destruction, fire and ice. Now, what is fire and ice basically according to him in this poem? So, fire is symbolized as it stands for the passion, desire, and love, whereas ice stands for hatred. Now, before I could go deep into the poem, explaining you line by line, I would like to explain this. Have you ever felt, I guess every one of us, we have experienced this. Supposingly, if we are in love with anyone, it can be anyone, our friend, our beloved, our family members, relatives, or anyone. Or it just can be any animal as well. But what if? What if our desires, our passion, our love, it becomes untamed, limitless, without any fine line of respect? Yes, love is important, passion is important, desire is also important to grow. Love is important to keep a relationship healthy, your relationships with the people healthy in the society. But what if there is no limit of these passion and love? Obviously, this untamed love will cause destruction, irritations, problems, and so many things. With due course of time, it will cause a great destruction. When it comes to ice, what is ice? It's cold. When we say ice, what we understand? It's something that is not warm. It is something that is cold enough. So imagine if you had a fight with any of your friends, and you stopped talking with the friend. Now you're not talking. You're not expressing it. You had a fight, you had an argument, but that argument was not a lengthy one. The friend said something and you didn't like it. But now what you're doing? You're not giving any reply. You are very normal, neutral rather, not paying attention at all. But it is not that you had uh, forgiven the person. It's just that you are carrying that enmity inside you and you don't want to express it. But that hatred is building inside, it is growing stronger. And because of that hatred, you are not taking a step ahead. Okay? It can be in any form. If you had a fight, verbal conversations from both the ends, but then both of you are now not in talking terms with each other. What is happening? you are spoiling, you are losing an opportunity to resolve the issue. You are creating a gap, and this will cause destruction of that relationship. So now here Robert Frost in the poem, he thinks on a wide scale. He says that these two things, fire and ice, both of them, they are equally responsible, and they can cause death and destruction in the world. The world can end. They may cause the end of the world. In human emotions, he is saying fire, that means a verbal hatred. We see so many riots, we see so many things and arguments happening in the society. People are quarreling on the basis of religion and so many things. What are these? This is hatred. This is the passion and desire to do something out of limit and okay, something out of control. So by this, the world will end one day. And if not by all these fireful things and very loud things, then also ice, the tender silentness, can also kill this world, can also cause destruction in this world. Okay, now we'll start up with the line by line explanation of the poem. Fire and Ice, written by Robert Frost. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. So now the poet says in first two lines, he gives his opinion, his observations. He says that I have observed some people believe that this world will end up in fire. Some say in ice. Okay? But he says what I have personally tasted. Because he says I have also tasted passion, love, and desire. So he says that I have the taste of desire in me. I have experienced. And I can say that if the desires of the human beings, they cross their limits, they can cause huge destruction. And I have experienced that. Okay? So he says, from what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. So because I have tasted the taste of desire, of fire, so I go with the people, I favor the people who believe that the world will end in fire. But in second stanza, now we come on to the second stanza, the last of this poem, he says, but if it had to perish twice. Now he said that if the world had to damage or destroy twice, now the second opinion, he says if the world has to destroy for the second time, what can be the other cause? What can be the other option for the destruction? I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice. Now he say that I think that enough of hate, I know that there is enough of hatred. Ice is hatred, silent. Why it is ice? Cold, silent, but it grows inside. So he says that I know enough of hate also. And by this I can say that destruction by ice is also great. It can also happen. And the last time, and would suffice. And it would be enough. It would be sufficient enough. The hatred will be sufficient enough. The ice, the cold feeling will be sufficient enough to destroy the world. Right? I hope this small lyric written by Robert Frost is now clear to everyone. Take care. We'll meet in that next video.